Hi, this is Ike, and today I'm going to talk about the X-Men animated series, starting at the very, very beginning. Most people are familiar with the 90s series that was awesome and it did very well, but most people don't know about the pilot that aired in like the late 80s. It failed miserably. I guess they aired it a bunch of times. I never even heard of it until I walked into a video rental store, saw it, rented it, then bribed the video rental store guy to sell it to me because I was a huge X-Men fan and I still am. And I got it. I own it. It's in rough shape. It's been used and it was old well before I owned it. If you've never seen this video before, it had a lot of characters such as Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Dazzler that were never really in the 90s series. They had almost full episodes dedicated to them, but they weren't main characters. Now it starts off with Kitty Pryde, who's basically, Jubilee in the 90s series. Like, she's coming to the X-Men. Like, she's new, she has no idea what the hell's going on. And then she slowly finds out, joins the X-Men, and you know how the story goes. Now, if you can find this on eBay and you're like a hardcore fan, I definitely recommend it. It's only 22 minutes, but it feels like it's like an hour-long movie or an hour-long something or other. It's really short, but it seems like it's pretty epic for like a short cartoon. It's all right. It's nothing special, and it has its flaws. You can definitely see by watching. It's very 80s style, but I mean, it, for what it is, it's not bad at all. Now, this series is like old school. It's like good guy versus bad guy. Like, the X-Men are good. They still have the theme of, they live in a world that fears and hates them, but it's just like, the X-Men are good, and they make it obvious that, the Brotherhood of Mutants are evil. They refer to them as the Brotherhood of Terrorist Mutants, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. If you're like watching this now in comparison to watching it back then. If you do get a chance to watch this, or you don't, whatever, you'll notice that Storm, Cyclops, Wolverine are all there, but they're all in their retro costumes. For some reason on this cover, Wolverine's wearing his newer costume, but in the actual video, he's wearing the brown and yellow, or red and yellow, whatever, orange, whatever you want to call it. And what's pretty cool is one of the best arcade games like ever made, beat 'em up style, the X-Men one. It was basically based off this. Like, even though the series, it never turned into a series. It was a badass arcade game. It was awesome. Like, you didn't need the series after playing the arcade. It was really cool. And what was weird about this pilot was Kitty Pryde was the main character. That you get introduced to the X-Men through her, and Toad was one of the quote terrorist mutants. But as far back as I can remember, I don't remember seeing either of them in the 90s series. They might have made like a tiny cameo, but I really don't remember seeing them at all, which I find kind of weird. But now, I know the show wasn't like excellent, but considering all the garbage that's, on TV, even then, like, this is a pretty good show. I'm not sure why the pilot failed so miserably. Any fan will tell you that it was because of Wolverine in this this pilot, who for some reason had an Australian accent, which made no sense at all because any fool who watches any sort of X-Men knows that he's Canadian, and it made no sense. Like, you could barely understand what the hell he was saying half the time, and I don't know. The voice acting was just really bad overall. Kitty Pryde was just the most annoying voice actress. I've ever heard. Uh, I don't know. Now, one other fun fact is I've already made fun of the Australian Wolverine, but oddly enough, the role of Wolverine in the X-Men movie was supposed to be played by Russell Crowe, who's Australian, and then later replaced by Hugh Jackman. And I mean, this thing is the beginning of, let's see, how many, three series of X-Men cartoons. I mean, this is like I mean, it's not great, but I mean, it started it all, even though it failed. And I mean, even in the newest series, Wolverine and the X-Men, they still have some little hidden. You'll have to watch the commentary to fully get it. Thanks again for watching. I was only planning on doing a couple minutes with this video, but I guess I'm gonna have to make a part 2 and part 3 covering the 90s series and Wolverine and the X-Men series later.